Hello and welcome to No Access Required. So, gaming. It's got itself in a bit of a pickle. And why, you might ask yourself? Well, I'm glad you asked. Because I'm here to give you the answers, or at least my interpretation. The way I see it, as I like to call it, seasoned gamer, is a process of natural evolution and decline. The games companies that we knew back in the day, who were the vanguard for gaming, a new endeavour, a new pastime, that grew from the ground up, would eventually become giant gaming business concerns. And that's quite simply the problem. Growth. The growth that every new games company aspires to is in fact the pebble in gaming's shoe. But gaming's history is littered with bodies, the cadavers of various games that really should have done better but never did, IP that was birthed and forgotten. And that brings me to Marathon, an old IP which has now been reborn in the form of the new game, Marathon. It's been through some ups and downs, but I'm an advocate for getting it right. Just because your first stab at a game in a long time falls at the first fence doesn't mean that you should entirely give up. A Marathon was a game that showed so much promise, Bungie were determined to make it happen. And as far as I'm concerned, yay! On the other side of the coin, we've got Ubisoft, slowly cutting itself into small pieces in order to survive. And that, in my opinion, can only lead ultimately to death. But the death won't be a quick one. It certainly won't be a clean death. As I've already mentioned, there are bits of Ubisoft lying all over the place, slowly bleeding out in their own little corner. And the new concerns that it's brought in will eventually, in my opinion, predate upon the main body of Ubisoft. However, it's not all bad news. Ubisoft has a stunning back catalogue. It, in its own way, has had its ups and downs. But still, there is no denying, at one point it was the master of all it surveyed. And I personally am looking forward to The Division 3. In other news, a short while ago, GTA delayed again. And there are all kinds of disaster reporting around the delay. In my opinion, GTA and Rockstar are so powerful at this point. They're so all-encompassing and so self-assured as a corporate entity, they can pretty much do whatever they want. That doesn't mean to say that upon release of GTA 6, if it's bad, they'll get away with it. But it's taken years of development, apparently the most expensive game ever developed. And you have to ask yourself, if it's met with a bad reception, could they do what Bungie have done with Marathon? Yes, I think they could. I think they would, and I think they should. Because ultimately, the last GTA game showed us, and everyone else who cared to listen, that for the right games, we will crawl over barbed wire. We will excuse any peccadillo and suck any amount of corporate length to play what is potentially one of the greatest games ever made. This GTA 6 delay has just done nothing more than to get everybody salivating. And if indeed they do need a little extra time to cross the T's and dot the I's, then who are we to question the master? We are all at this point as an audience heavily invested. Probably more heavily invested than we've ever been for any game that has ever gone before. GTA 6 will launch to critical acclaim, and if there are any rough edges, any bugs, then the gaming audience will do what they do best, and they will assist Rockstar in getting it right. My name's Mark, and you've been watching No Access Required. Until next time, bye bye.